Hey y'all, Eric and I made it down to Ocean City for Jeep Week, and we met some family down here, and this is our uncle's 2002 Avalanche right here. He said the trans was slipping on the way down, so we took a look at it. Fluid's real shitty. So what we're gonna do is a quick and dirty video on how to do a quick trans flush. We're in a parking lot at a house we rented. We don't have a ton of tools. We don't have a ton of space. We're not going to lose seals and all that stuff. All we're going to do is drop the trans fluid, try to do like 4 to 6 quarts flush to see if that solves our problem. So Eric, you want to show them that fluid? It's real bad.
So,
go ahead, buddy.
Back here is the transmission dipstick. You usually can find them near the back metal, or the firewall as they call it, in the engine bay. Now you can't really see it, but this is very, very dark fluid. It usually has to be pink, and you can see dirt.
Yeah, I mean, when you pull that out, it should be like a reddish color, almost the color of this truck. He complained it's holding in gear, so we took a look at it. It's not low, but this truck is 130,000 miles, and we estimate this may be the factory oil. So, like I said, we're gonna try to drop. How many quarts do you think we'll get out of it?
We'll probably get close to 7, if not 8 quarts out of it. Usually the bigger trucks have a lot of fluid. Usually in a smaller Subaru, you can drop about 4 to 5 at a time, but in this truck will be about 7.
Alright, so stick with us. Like I said, quick and dirty video. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to climb under the truck. I should mention, this is only going to work if your trans pan has one of those right there. That's a spill plug. Like in my Jeep Grand Cherokee, it does not have a spill plug. You have to take the whole trans pan down, and then you have to go and get a new trans pan gasket, or use RTV, which is way too sketchy. So we got lucky in this 2002 Avalanche. It has a spill plug, so that, you know, this is a quick and dirty job. It's going to be a lot more if your trans does not have one. All right, so this is what we did. We took the truck around the block a little bit just to heat up the fluid, mix it up a little bit. Any sediment hopefully will come out with it. We've got our drain bucket here on the ready. Got a cloth ready. I've got a 15 mil socket on a breaker bar. This is the Chevy 5.3. So this should be the same process for your Chevy Tahoe 1500. I don't know what else. I'm not a GM.
As long as you have a 460 LE transmission, you should be good.
460 LE. There we go. All right. Okay. Break that loose nice and carefully. Get ready for the mess. Literal hot mess. It's literally going to be warm.
Now we got a clear tub to actually show you how dirty the fluid is, just so you can judge how dirty it should be if you're going to be doing this, or will be.
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be, yeah.
As it were. It should not look like this. It should be red. If you've ever seen trans fluid before, you will know that this is terrible. It's got no viscosity left. It looks like motor oil. There's only barely a tinge of red, so I understand why his trans was slipping. It's right here. So hopefully we're going to get enough fluid out that this will help him. What we might have to do is change this fluid, put new fluid in, drive around for 20 miles, come back and do it again. The problem is, the reason you don't get all the fluid out is there's several quarts caught up in your torque converter and in the cooler lines. Sorry for the road noise, guys. This is an impromptu video, again, in a parking lot. So not the best video quality. Alright, so that's going to drain out. It's simple, really. It's going to drain out. I'm going to put this plug back in. I'm going to tighten it down. And we're going to go and fill it up top, and that's it. You know, there's not a lot to it. So if you're driving somewhere, this is always my biggest fear. I get on a road trip and my train goes, you know. It never happens when I'm 20 miles away from home. It always happens when you're 6 hours from home. Also, this is a temporary fix. I wouldn't recommend just doing this and considering yourself saved. Hopefully this will be enough to get our uncle home. We're in Ocean City, Maryland. He's in upstate New York, about 6 hours away. I'm still going to tell him to go to a shop, get it hooked up to the snap-on machine or something, get it all flushed out, you know. Truck's only got 130,000 miles, so hopefully the trans should not be blown. Hopefully we didn't kill it. Alright, y'all, we let this stuff drain out for quite a bit. It's just dripping now, so I feel safe putting the plug in. I cleaned it off. There weren't any metal shavings or anything on it. It's always something to watch out for. Trans problems are scary. I don't pretend to be a trans expert or an expert in literally anything. This is just a quick fix. I'm trying to get my uncle home so that we don't have to take it to a trans shop down here, which we don't have the time or money for. So get it in there. I'm sure there's a torque spec for this somewhere on the internet. I don't have it, so I'm just gonna snug it up. It's like an oil spill plug. Does not need to get cranked down by any means. There's a rubber gasket part on it. Just needs to seal. I'm gonna clean up the bottom here. And that's about it. We're done down below. Let's go up top and get her filled. All right, on most cars, there's no good way to fill the automatic transmission. You just have to go in through the dipstick, which is why I always carry a very long funnel. You just pull this out, get a nice long funnel in there.
Alright, now we'll start the truck, let it cycle through a little bit, and then start checking, slowly add the rest of the fluid.
Alright, so this is with the new fluid in. It looks like it got us up to the level. The spill only took about 4 quarts out, so we have an extra 4 quarts. We may just do it again. It looks better. It's still black, but at least it has a red tint to it now. So we're going to drive it around a little bit. We'll bring it back in, let you know how it drives. Alright, just as a comparison, this is what the fluid we just took out looked like, and this is what new fluid looks like. Clearly this fluid was way past when it should have been serviced, just for comparison. Hey guys, so we wanted to do a quick recap on the process that we used today. As you saw, we took 4 quarts out of the transmission, we put 4 fresh quarts in, we drove the truck around a little bit, came back, checked the level, it was where it needed to be. But it was still holding out first a little bit. So we did another flush right away with 4 new quarts of oil. It's getting there, it's getting closer. I think the whole system definitely needs to be flushed. We may do a 3rd one tomorrow, go to Walmart, get another 4 quarts. But this absolutely helped. So if you're in a pinch and you have a spill plug on your transmission, this is absolutely a great way to buy yourself a little bit of time. It is not a fix though. You still need to get your transmission addressed. You don't want to burn your automatic transmission out. At some point we will do a video on how to replace an automatic transmission. It's not fun and it takes a long time, a hell of a lot longer than this process did. So use this to get home, use this to buy yourself some time until your next paycheck, but definitely go to a trans shop. The other thing that we wanted to go over real quick was how to properly check the level in your automatic transmission. A lot of people out there are doing this wrong. Eric, you want to tell them?
Yep. So basically there's 2 processes. You want to do one that's for a fresh fill and one that you already have fluid in it. So we'll go through the first one, having fluid in it. Start the truck, let it sit for about 10 minutes, get it warmed up, take it around the block once. You want it to be nice and warm. Then just go out to the hood of the car, pull the trans dipstick, and make sure it sits in between the cross hatches, or there's 2 dots on the dipstick itself. At that point, you should be able to see if it's clean or dirty and if it's at the right level. Now, when you're doing a fresh fill, it's going to be overinflated on the dipstick. So before getting out of the truck after starting it, you want to put it into the gear indicators and shift it through all the gears with your foot on the brake. Make sure you have the foot on the brake. And then bring it back up into park and then walk out and check the fluid again. With that, it gets all the fluid circulating through the transmission and you get a better idea what the level is. Then after doing the test drive, you're going to want to check it again because it could still drop even more after going into the higher revs of the transmission. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah guys, so let us know what you think. Leave us a comment on the video, leave us a comment on our process. Definitely hit that subscribe button. We're going to keep putting out videos. We got a lot of new ideas, plenty of projects on our fleet of vehicles. We're going to introduce some of Eric's vehicles in some of the next videos. So stay tuned if you like Subarus as well as Jeeps. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Alright guys, just another little tidbit here that this could also happen with premature wear if you're towing. Towing's a lot of extra stress on your transmission. So when you're towing, you want to make sure you religiously change your fluid to keep things up to par and snuffing it. Because with dirty fluid, you will not shift right and end up causing more damage than you need to.